Hey guys, welcome back to the Mind of Brandon. As indicated by the title of this video, Coach Corey Wayne gave me an assignment. I want to start by establishing that I'm not sure that the individual who gave me this assignment is actually Coach Corey Wayne. Someone using a different username, a username that is not Coach Corey Wayne, came and left a comment on one of my videos claiming to be Coach Corey Wayne and basically giving me an assignment. I have speculated in the past that Coach Corey Wayne might have sock accounts. It's possible that this is some other account that Coach Corey Wayne has, but it's also possible that someone's messing with me, right? That they're not actually Coach Corey Wayne. They're just kind of saying, "Oh yeah, I'm Coach Corey Wayne." But for anyone that needs like some kind of a recap, what kinds of things we've talked about in previous videos, there is a playlist that you can go to on my channel. It's called Sexy Saturday, and the first video on that playlist is called How to Be a 3% Man, My Results After 15 Reads. How to Be a 3% Man is a book written by Coach Corey Wayne, which he recommends people read 10 to 15 times. But I also have several other videos on that playlist where I'm responding to comments about my results after reading Corey Wayne's book 15 times. There should be plenty of context that you can get from that playlist. That being said, let's go ahead and have a look at that comment that may or may not be from Coach Corey Wayne. Let's see what they have to say.
The only way you're going to get better is with time and repetition.
And I do agree that time and repetition are key to getting better.
The only way you're going to meet a woman is by opening that big hole in your face and talking to them.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Believe it or not, I did not need to do any internet research to figure that one out. That's advice that I've heard since I was a kid. It wasn't helpful back then, and it's not helpful now, right? If you think about it, that's really not helpful advice. Because it's so obvious, if you want to be successful with women, obviously you're going to have to talk to them. No shit, right? But what's not so obvious is, well, what do you say? What do you talk about? What do you do? How do you act? That sort of thing, right? And so that's, those are the kinds of questions that, got me to come online and start, doing research, how to be more successful with women, what do you do? How do you act? Etc., right? Actually, the main catalyst, why I decided to buy Corey's book and, read it 15 times, the main catalyst was that I was at this point where I was doing a really good job of greeting women in passing. What I was struggling with was breaking the habit of passing them and getting to a point where I could actually stop and have actual conversations, okay? So I was really, struggling with that, and, finally was just like, okay, I'm gonna buy Corey's book, and maybe there'll be some kind of wisdom in there that'll help me get to that point. I think I was like 2 or 3 reads into it when I started watching this video from Richard Loruna. He's another guy that makes videos on this subject matter. And I guess it was an inspirational video. At the end of it, he says, so go out right now and approach 5 different women. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go out right now. I'm going to approach 5 different women. And I did. I went out and I approached 5 different women. So after that, it became easier to approach women more often. And eventually became a habit. Anytime I saw a beautiful woman, I approached her without hesitation, right? Didn't give myself any excuses not to or anything like that. I just fucking went for it. And so I eventually got to this point where it's like, wow, I think I can approach damn near any woman I want to. But pretty much when I got to that point, all of a sudden, it's like whenever I went out, there wasn't as many women. So obviously that meant I wasn't getting as much practice as I used to. And I guess I got a little bit rusty, and I started to lose confidence. I reverted back to an earlier state. I went back to just kind of greeting women in passing. I again found myself in this situation where I have to, work hard to, I have to work up the balls to stop and actually have a conversation. I have to have the mental focus to remember, hey, don't just pass the girl, stop and fucking talk to her, right? And yeah, it's been a struggle ever since then. And so the point here is that my problem is not that I'm not opening the big hole in my mouth and talking to women. That's not the problem. The problem is, where are all the fucking women? And this is why I'm calling bullshit on Corey's claim that the universe is always going to bring you exactly the right people in the right circumstances exactly when you need it. If that's the case, then why isn't the universe bringing me enough women to practice on?
It's a numbers game. If you talk to enough women, and are inquisitive enough, and ask enough women out, eventually you're going to find the perfect girl for you.
Yeah, I get that. Where are the women?
Your assignment is, I want you to ask out 100 different women in person over the next 30 days. That's 25 women per week.
Where? Where am I going to encounter 25 dateable women per week?
Go to a large mall, trade show, walk around on campus, and put yourself in areas where there are hundreds and hundreds of people and women you can practice on.
Dude, that's what I've been trying to do. In fact, in the time since you left that comment, I visited 2 particularly large malls. One of them, I went there on a day that was, I described it as moderately busy. And I encountered a grand total of 3 approachable women. Basically, I just wound up greeting them in passing. Didn't go any farther than that. And the other one, I went there on a much busier day, and I only encountered 1 approachable woman, and I just greeted her in passing. Okay? It was really fucking busy. There was a whole shitload of people there, but only one of them was like, that is a girl I want to fucking talk to. But I just greeted her in passing.
Keep a log of your approaches and the results. Worldwide, the numbers are as follows for my clients. Ask out 100 different women, 10 to 12 will go out with you, and 3 to 5 will end up sleeping with you if you follow what I teach in my book. That means you're going to fail 80 to 90% of the time.
Dude, if following your teachings means failing 80 to 90% of the time, you might want to consider that maybe your teachings aren't so great after all. I'd rather have 80 to 90% success. I mean, 80 to 90% failure, that's just downright discouraging, dude. So you're not necessarily proposing a more promising method for success with women. What you're doing is explaining how we might get lucky with a woman every now and then, once in a rare while.
Watch the video on the homepage of my YouTube channel under Essential Fundamental Videos titled Improving Your Social Skills. Do exactly what it says and follow the progression.
Yeah, I've seen that video, and I did go ahead and watch it again after getting this comment. And, you know, I gotta say, like, watching Corey's videos, you know, it used to seem like they were helpful and inspirational, that sort of thing. But now, you know, when I watch something like that, I start getting kind of, like, bummed out, feeling a bit discouraged. You know, it kind of feels like, well, I've heard all this stuff. I've tried these things out, and it's just not working for me.
It's time to get off your ass, put your big boy pants on, and start acting like a man, instead of a little boy who's too scared to come out from underneath his bed.
And then he signs it Corey Wayne and leaves a link to Corey Wayne's website, understandingrelationships.com. Now, I suspect that this comment is not actually from Coach Corey Wayne, that it's someone that's pretending to be Coach Corey Wayne. They're basically taking advantage of a previous speculation of mine that Coach Corey Wayne might have a bunch of different sock accounts. But at the same time, I guess it's possible it's actually Coach Corey Wayne, and if that is the case, then Corey, what the fuck are you thinking, dude? It's like really, a guy who is struggling to even stop and have conversations with women, a guy who's just kind of greeting women in passing. You're gonna challenge that guy to ask out 25 women a week in person when he's having trouble even finding 25 dateable women a week? And whatever happened to taking baby steps? That's something that you teach. Take baby steps, and I agree with that. But it's not taking baby steps to go from greeting women in passing to asking out 25 different women a week. Right? Taking a baby step would be like starting with asking out one woman. Let's see if I can ask out one woman in person. But even before that, you know, maybe just getting good at getting phone numbers. Or, in my particular circumstance, it looks like I need to get good at actually stopping and engaging women in conversations in the first place. So, why are we leaping ahead to let's ask out 25 women a week. So this has got me to thinking, if this is actually Coach Corey Wayne, why would he want to give me such a discouragingly impossible assignment? Why would he do that? I mean, doesn't it make more sense to give me an easy assignment? To make it easier to create this situation where I say, oh, Coach Corey Wayne, help me. Best I can figure is he's trying to create a situation that covers his ass. A situation where he can say, well, I gave this guy advice and he just chose not to take it. He's not following my teachings. Now that's some dishonest bullshit right there. That's not fucking cool. If that's what he's doing. And as I've already mentioned, I've already been to a couple of different malls since getting this comment. That's pretty much what I've had time for, right? And I already explained how that went down. Really wasn't that much selection. Just kind of, greeted these women in passing. Which, I might have done more than that, depending on how these women would have reacted to my greetings. I can base this off of an interaction that I had around Christmas Eve. It's like a day or two before Christmas Eve. There was this girl. I think I was just going to greet her in passing. I think that was the original plan, right? It's just going to kind of, warm up, basically. But when I greeted her, she stopped walking. Right? She stopped. And so since she stopped, I stopped, and we actually got into a conversation. Right? Now, I didn't get her phone number. It turned out she actually lived pretty far away from me, and I kind of decided, oh well, no point in trying to pursue anything with this chick. Which, in retrospect, I still should have tried to get her number, but that was a mistake I made, was not going for the number. And she did seem disappointed that I didn't try to get her number. It's just like, oh, have a good day. And she got this look on her face like, what the fuck? It's just like, well, you're not going to get my number? So compare that girl to these other more recent ones. The first of these more recent ones, I say to her, hey, how are you? And she just kind of like barely acknowledges my existence, like looks over, looks away, keeps walking, right? That doesn't say anything to respond to me, right? The second girl, she's friendly. She responds to me and she asks how I'm doing, but she does that as she passes me. She doesn't stop. Okay. The third girl, I'm just kind of like sitting down on this bench trying to get some energy back so I can, keep going out trying to find women to talk to, right? This girl's like coming along this way and I say, hey, how are you? She looks over at me, she smiles at me. But then she gets this weird look on her face. Why is this guy talking to me right now? And she just keeps walking. She doesn't respond. So if I'm just kind of greeting women in passing, then, most of them are going to walk right past me. But every now and then, once in a rare while, one of them is actually going to stop, and it'll give me an opportunity to stop and engage them in conversation. So greeting women in passing is actually a pretty good baby step. And it is in accordance with what Coach Corey Wayne teaches. He does teach to take this baby step, greeting women in passing. Okay? So I'm not going against what Corey teaches by greeting women in passing instead of asking out 25 women a week. So the next baby step I'm working on is to get back to a point where I can actually stop and engage women in conversations as opposed to just greeting them in passing. Okay? Like I said, that's an actual baby step. Going from greeting women in passing to asking out 25 different women a week, that's not a baby step. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next one. So, have a good one, guys, and peace.